Okay, so I'm not sure if the camera angle is perfect for that. I just have to verify once because I'm using a back camera, which is weird. So we need to set it up properly. And it looks like we are live. And yes, the camera is not properly set up. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so today we have a very important topic to discuss. I wanted to make a video of it, but I thought let's go live because it will be a lengthy video. And if anyway, if you're watching this, why not make it live, right? So that's why we are going live with this video. Again, I just verify once if I'm properly in the frame. Okay, it looks like I'm in frame, so let's talk about it. And most of you have already guessed what this video is all about. There is a huge boom or the wave going on about this topic. I saw a lot of videos on YouTube regarding this, that it is wrong, and you guessed it right. I can see in the chat window as well. Now, I don't want to point out any particular company here or a brand. It is applicable to most of these brands now. In fact, the small institutes, in fact, one of my friend is running an institute and they have started this course, right? Where they will be teaching programming to children at the age of 6 or 7 or 10. See, it's good, okay? Now, why I'm going live? Okay, I'm not going to answer any of your questions today. So don't ask questions. It's more of understanding the current scenario. Okay, so I just want to share my experience, how I look at education, how I look at education for kids, and how we can take this in a proper way. So there are a lot of people who are responsible to make it work and to make not make it work. Uh, First, I would like to point out to those brands who are promoting this. In fact, okay, it's fine. Okay, so when I have a nephew, I have my own kid who is 1 year old now. So I have a nephew who is 5 years old, and I always had this thing, when he was 2 years old, I was thinking, hey, let's wait for few more years, like maybe at the age of 6 or 7, I will teach him programming. It may be Java, it may be Python, and I was waiting for that time where he will be understanding something about computers, English in general, grammar, so that I can teach him programming. But then it's my thought, as a guardian, as a parent, uh, I know what is suitable to my kid, what is suitable for or what topic he will be understanding, and I don't want to make it as a burden, right? But if you look at this scenario now, if you're thinking, because all these brands are promoting that, if you teach programming to your kid in future, your children or your child will be Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or SpaceX, because what you have in common in among all of these people is they know programming from their childhood. That's not true. That's not true. There are a lot of people who know about programming, right? There's a lot of theories regarding it. Uh, we only see those people who have been successful after learning programming. Yes, it's a good thing to learn programming, but there's so many people who still struggle for programming. I know a lot of schools started teaching programming now. It's part of the syllabus, but I guess this is part of the syllabus for the age of 12 or 11, 12, or 13, not less than that. Teaching programming to a 6 years old, 7 years old, it's risky. In what terms? See, there's a difference between hobby and compulsion. When you teach something to a kid as a hobby, example, let's say if you send them to play cricket, if you send them to learn music, let's say piano or maybe any other instrument, or let's say if you teach them about cooking, it should be fun. It should be something you are trying to develop the hobby in your children. In fact, I would like to do that. I will send my kid to a dancing school to at the age of 3 itself. Why not? But then it will not be a compulsion. I will send her maybe for 2 days or for 1 week if she enjoying it. Awesome. Otherwise, I will search for the alternatives. Maybe first, as a parent, I will teach dancing and then I will send her to the dancing school. That makes sense, right? Because I don't want to create a burden here. See, for a kid, it's difficult to learn something, and it should be in a proper format. Don't make it a competition. Some of my relatives In fact, my mom believes, she watches all these amazing, the reality shows, the dancing shows, singing shows, and we enjoy it, just for the fun purpose. I don't know if this fixed or something, but there's a feeling, my mom thinks once my child or my brother's kid will grow up, she will send her to maybe she would like to see them performing on the stage. It's not a compulsion again, but she would love to see that. And as a parent, even I would love to see my kid performing on a stage. But the problem is, don't you think we are stealing their childhood? There's a new series, or there's a new movie on Netflix, The Serious Man. That movie depicts this. His kid was a special kid, very, very slow learner. So what he did, he forced his kid to memorize the concepts. And doing this, he's stealing his childhood. That's something I want to talk about here. Don't force your kid to do something. Yes, if they're enjoying it, that's awesome. But don't force them to learn something which they don't want to learn. Okay, it's very tricky. I just want to verify once if everything the streaming is going good. Okay, just a second. Oh, it's going good. Okay, so don't force your kid. So let me give an example. Let me just give my personal story. I've never talked about this online, and most of you, well, in fact, not even my relatives knows about this. Let me share this one experience. When I was in my school, I started. When I was in my first grade, first to fourth grade, I was at a different school. It was somewhere near to my house. Um so they only had a primary section. So I enjoyed. I used to score good in those 4 years. So my family used to teach me, my brother, my aunt. So she used to teach me all these concepts, and I used to score well. I used to enjoy learning till fourth standard, and then I shifted to a different school in the fifth grade. And what happened, the culture of that school was different from my previous school. The way students were learning was different. Teachers' behavior was different. I'm not saying that it was bad. It's just that it was different for me. I was not able to, you know, I was not able to get used to those type of learnings, and I was not able to uh, do well in my school after fifth standard. So I used to get so one of the subject I used to hate, not because I don't like that subject. It was more because of the way they were conducting the exams of that subject. And so in that particular subject, you have to guess the subject. I will see the chat window. Guess the subject which I'm talking about. So in that particular subject, you have to by heart everything. There's no logic. It's all about by hearting the concepts. It's not maths, of course, because in maths you have to apply some logic. And somewhere I was having a logical mind, maybe because I should love maths. The maths is something which you don't have to by heart something. So I can see a lot of people are answering this, and you're right. It was social studies, history, geography, civics. I guess there were two subjects, social studies one or two, if I'm not wrong, and we had history, geography, and civics. History and civics was combined, and I used to get fail in that subject. So I remember first unit test of fifth standard I failed in social studies. Second semester, first semester also I failed in some subjects, not maths, not science, not not English, I guess. But I failed in some of the subjects. In sixth standard as well, I failed in some of the subjects. And in seventh standard, my mom realized we had to do something. It's not like my family was pressuring me to be a topper in the school. But again, something is wrong, right? Why am I failing in the same subject? So I joined a class, a home tuition basically, where uh, I used to observe all the students. I used to go to school from 12 to 6, and then from 6:30 to 8:30, I used to go to tuitions, and everyone in that tuition used to by heart the answers. Trust me, it was horrible experience. I was looking at everyone's faces, and they were like looking at the book. They were by hearting everything with that speed, not just social studies, but also maths. How can you by heart these steps? Even if you do that, it is applicable for one example. For the second example, it has to be different, right? One of my best friend was with me in the same tuitions, and he was very good with the by hearting stuff. And Teacher used to beat me every day because I was not able to buy hard things. The problem is still there with me when I look at the different concepts. I can't buy hard definitions. I can't buy hard. I mean, I understand the meaning of everything which I learn. Doesn't matter which technology I work with. And that's why if you see in my videos, I never talk about definitions. I don't describe things the way it is presented in the books or on the website because I feel by hearting is of no use. It's all about understanding the meaning of it, right? So that it was there from my childhood, but then I thought I'm wrong. If everyone is by hearting, something is wrong with me, and I was getting in depression. Even after joining the tuitions, I used to fail in the same subject. And then my mom realized hey, it's of no use. Okay, even if you send him to the tuitions, is not doing well. Let's so maybe I left that tuition if I'm not wrong. Yeah, eighth standard. I was there for 2 years in that tuition. I was not doing any well, and then I realized it's of no use for me. Anyhow, I completed my 10th standard, and I shifted to science. So 11, 12, I took science, and thank God I left social studies aside. But what happened in those 3 years is I was thinking I can't do anything in my life. And maybe if it is goes beyond that, I might be in a depression as a kid. I don't remember exactly what happened with me, but I used to hate schools. In fact, we all have this mindset. In fact, my wife thinks, what if we can just go back to our childhood, we can enjoy it again. And when I think about it, I have not enjoyed my childhood. I don't want to go back to school. Be I don't want to be at the age of before 15 again. After 15, yes, because I enjoyed my college, but I don't want to go into school again. Why? Because I was pressurized to do something which I was not liking. You can blame education, but now things are changing. Even if you have a new education system, you are forcing your child to learn programming. What if your child don't want to learn a programming language? Maybe even if your child want to learn a programming language, maybe for a hobby, don't make it a competition. And trust me, once your child feels you are pressurizing them, you are forcing them to learn a programming language, they might hate programming language, which we don't want. Because it's a fact, when you learn a programming language, it will help you in increasing your logical power. But don't force. I'm okay if you send them to the schools where they will teach programming to the 6 years old. I'm completely fine with that. In fact, I used to believe a few years back I should be starting a new batch for only for kids. But even if I do that, it should be something where they are enjoying it. The moment I feel, I'm pressurizing some kid to learn programming, I will simply ask the parent, okay, this is your refund. I don't want to force your kid to learn a programming language. So please, you also don't force your kid to learn a programming language. Just by learning a programming language, your kid will not be a next entrepreneur, not next Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg. Uh, so if you believe those ads, not just because uh, learning a programming language will make them Mark Zuckerberg, I strictly recommend you to read the book about social network. If you want to know about Bill Gates, read the book. They are not just good with programming; there are other things as well. Facebook is not Facebook because of the coding they have written. Facebook is Facebook because of the business mind behind it. It's not alone the Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, so we need people, we need business mindset. So whatever technology you're looking at nowadays, it may be Microsoft, it may be Facebook, it may be Instagram. It's not just about coding. Okay, if you go to Bangalore and if you throw a stone, it will hit an Android developer. Okay, so everyone knows about Android. Everyone knows most of them knows iOS. Not everyone becomes a Bill Gates, right? Uh, so don't force. Again, I will try to make some more videos just to make you because see, even if I make this video, it will not change anything. I know some of you might think, okay, maybe at least one parent, if you understood what I'm trying to say, that's okay with me for this video. But I will try to make some more videos just to make you understand, even if you want your kid to learn programming, what are the other things you have to take care of? Uh, I've been in this industry of education from last 10 years, and I can see, I have taught more people than I've actually met in persons. So I understand how education goes, how people learn things. Uh, There's not a way. Just by teaching them syntax of Python and Java, they will not be a programmer. Okay, so please take care of it. Yeah, if you are about 11 or 12, yeah, you can be forced. That's fine because you are mentally prepared. Okay, so you now mentally knows what is programming, what is computer. At the age of 6, you have to be very special to understand computers at the age of 6 or 7. Just because you can type something on your keyboard does not mean you understand how computer works. Okay. Okay, so that's about what I wanted to talk about in this video. But maybe we can take up some questions or something. Do you come live on even coming on Sunday? So yeah, this Sunday is Dasera, so I'm not sure if my family has some plan. Maybe I will not be able to join, but let's see. It's just that I'm busy with other projects. I'm not getting enough time to come on YouTube. Um, Busy with something with the blockchain. So okay, so if you have your own story, if you want to talk about it, how the specializing has affected you, you can write in the comment section, or you can just post it in the chat window so that others understand. Okay, let's see, one or two questions we can pick up. Okay, why do you love Java? Maybe because the first programming language which I encountered, or the first project which I made was in Java. So maybe that's why I love Java. But again, nowadays I'm not concerned about a programming language. It may be Java, it may be Python, it may be Node.js. It's more of a project. If project says, hey, you have to learn Go, you have to learn Go. What is wrong with Android? Nothing is wrong with Android. And Android is a very good technology. It's just that just because you know Android will not make you a app developer. Okay, there are a lot of other things which comes around. Okay, Nitan says even the government is encouraging it. So do you think is it fair enough? No, government, I guess, they are introducing coding at the age of 11 or 12, not the age of 6. And even if they're doing it, they are not promising that after doing this, your kid will become a billionaire. Okay, so there's a difference between learning and learning with example. Let's say if I want my kid to be a dancer. I don't know why. Maybe I because I love dance. Maybe I love dancing, so I want a partner. So if I want my kid to learn dancing, I will join. I will maybe she will join a dancing school at the age of 3 or 4. But then I will not go to a dancing school which says, hey, enroll your kid here or your child here. We will make her or him the next Madhuri Dixit or Ritik Roshan. If they are promising that, of course, I will not put my kid there. Okay, so that's the competition. That's the unrealistic gain or the unrealistic thing which they are showing us. But yeah, if they say we will teach your kid how to dance on this song in 6 months, I'll be very happy. So that's the mindset you have to change. I'm not against teaching them programming language. Maybe I will teach my daughter programming at the age of 3, but it will not be a compulsion. It should be a fun. This is if you press this button, this is what will happen. If you press this button, this is what will happen. If she enjoys it, that's great. Um, so about your college journey at programming, yeah, maybe I will talk about that as well. What was my experience in my college? But I enjoyed my college days, maybe because I was learning something which where we don't have to buy hard things. Luckily, Okay, so yeah, that's it, everyone. That's it from this live session. Maybe I will go live on next maybe this Sunday, or maybe I will make some more videos on this topic. It's I don't know when I was watching that. So I just watched that movie today during my lunchtime. Half of the movie because half I already completed last week and then or maybe 3 to 4 days back. And when I saw that scene, everything got connected. The way these companies are promoting their product, the way parents are taking it, they're pressurizing their kids, and so I would recommend you to watch that movie, The Serious Man, on Netflix if you have a subscription. Otherwise, it's okay. It's not that important. Okay, that's it. That's it from this live session. See you in the next live session, everyone, which is on Sunday, or maybe we can watch some more videos. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and hit that like button if you enjoyed this. See you in the next live session. Bye bye.